big lips and black bra. In the projects, wrist is whipping that black hard. Rhymes the same, my skills is whipping that crack hard. Look at LeBron James. The black guard, got big lips and black bra. As soon as I leave Earth, it's back to the stars. Right a job, lives with jewelers and girls. Just ask nods about the world. Yo, my mental vision, setting up intuition. And you really don't have nothing if you intuition. I work with light just to give birth to life. I was born in all forms in the perfect night. The black god, got big lips and black bras. As soon as I leave Earth, it's back to the start. I am the ruler, just like the lion and Judah. My third eye, which feels like an iron computer. That's dark matter and deep thought making your heart shatter. I sleepwalk, talking with smart chatter, so I don't need you to ride or die with me. I got ancestors that vibe from the other side with me, and they beam up life after death. We got noses on our eyes, cause the light suppress my priceless flesh. The final copy looks like Anunnaki. Black guard, got big lips and black bra. In the projects, wrist is whipping that black hard. I'm the same, my skills is whipping that crack hard. Look at LeBron James. The black guard, got big lips and black bra. As soon as I leave Earth, it's back to the stars. Right the job, lives with jewelers and girls. Just ask nods if I rule the world. Yo, the black guard, got big lips and black bras. In the projects, wrist is whipping that black hard. My rhymes the same, my skills is whipping that crack hard. Look at LeBron James, that nigga's a black heart. And you wonder why we spit lead. Just the whole raps, niggas got big heads like old banks. Way that I'm writing is more than Vegas. It's the age of enlightenment, freedom wars in Spain. Now that your honor, I pray to a black vagina. Even the Pope prayed to the black Madonna. In the sun, I shine as bright as I be. I'm the greatest of all time, like Muhammad Ali. And when I die, baptized in the fire. Only flash night, black skies are higher. Prior to job, my lives with jewelers and girls. To sex nights, fire rule the world, rubies and pearls. Black guard, got big lips and black bra. In the projects, wrist is whipping that black hard. I'm the same, my skills is whipping that crack hard. Look at LeBron James. The black guard, got big lips and black bra. As soon as I leave Earth, it's back to the stars. Right a job, lives with jewelers and girls. Just ask nods if I rule the world. Yo, the black guard, infinite to infinite stars. It's infinite light. My life's got an infinite charge. The instruments to implement to give strength to your heart. The temple within, the imprint, mimic the art. Into the dark, the dragon spark the phantom from a higher consciousness. I talk with atoms, I live in the land, and I live in the stars, original man. I am the image of God, from the type I'm common. I cut diamonds, so as long as I live, nothing can stop shining. You gon' need to be in the biz to drive me crazy. Live on CNN, hearing cries from Haiti. You know the people down there trying to hide them babies. The black guards, surrounded in light, attract stars. Black guards, surrounded in light, attract stars. Black guards, surrounded in light, attract stars. I told you, all of my things. I told you all, I was looking at the whole time. Star-studded, and all the little look like God cut it. Diamond rings, bling till infinity. I'm a king, my queen is a divinity. Now break bread, a war with the emperor. I kill you dead with the sword of Olympia. I'm a king, my queen is a divinity. The ring on my queen, bling till infinity. Now break bread, a war with the emperor. I kill you dead with the sword of Olympia. I'm a king, my queen is a divinity. The ring on my queen, bling till infinity. We hit him up, the slugs will enter ya. Is he a thug? No, he is the emperor. You got one wife, I got 100 broads. I seen the sunrise on like 100 guards. The Starbucks, the queen of Olympia. You can't fuck with the king or the emperor. The Trinity, my kid is a divinity. My Christ-like child, he will live till infinity. Call him young Hebrew, or call him Christ. From the womb to the tomb, it rooms with all this ice, all this gold. Only if all is told. How he had niggas in debt, paying all their souls. He built temples and churches in all the towns. The only image that they worship resembles the crown in heaven. He's an angel, a ghost of honor on earth. The first pope to kiss the black Madonna. Now break bread, a war with the emperor. I kill you dead with the sword of Olympia. I'm a king, my queen is a divinity. The ring on my queen, flame till infinity. Now break bread, a war with the emperor. I kill you dead with the sword of Olympia. I'm a king, my queen is a divinity. The ring on my queen, flame till infinity. We hit him up, the slugs will enter ya. Is he a thug? No, he is the emperor.
All right, man. Peace, 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 peace. You're now rocking with the God, Ahano Kiel, aka A1 or aka Tonsilus One. Shout out to all the Aborigines, North, South, Central, and the Conjoined Islands, and all the brothers and sisters that were sent abroad as well. Peace to the gods, peace to the goddesses. Okay. Um, this is not going to be a long build. It's just going to be a short build in promotion for the pay per view that me AP and my brother Jaguar Olmec doing tomorrow at 7:30 Eastern Time. Um, the entry for the pay per views is going to be $20. Shout out to all the brothers and sisters that already paid. The link will be sent in your email around 7 o'clock. So you guys got to bear with me because it's a few people that I got to send emails out to. So just keep your emails open and just be looking for the email. Um, it's going to be a super heavyweight jam. It's going to be, we're going to go more in depth to a bill we did a couple years ago, but it's going to have more insight and it's going to be more educational and more informative than what we did the first time. And it's going to be pretty much based on, like, me, myself, you guys know how I do builds. Um, I try to keep it away from the primitive Indian mind state. And, it's a lot of brothers and sisters that, pushing information. And shout out to everybody, man. Anybody who waking up in this paradigm and realizing exactly who they are, whether they doing genealogy or whether they just out there, asking the aboriginals what their tribe is or whatever you doing out there. Even if you doing builds, even if I don't agree with a lot of people information, but that's the starting point. Me myself, I started from the primitive mind state thinking that the Native Americans had our culture until, I started to really go in depth with the research. And, shout out to a lot of the Moors too for definitely helping me change my perspective and realizing that, these Native Americans, that's not our culture. And I'm sorry. Sorry to anybody who, are a little behind on the information or a little behind on the times, but this is a whole new time for us. And we're realizing and recognizing that our people was not running around here hunter gatherers. We was not no primitive people. We was not no people just living in teepees or living in wampums. We had the science from zero to motherfucking nine. We was dealing with a highly technology, a highly technical system of mathematics, astronomy, geometry, cosmology, as well as civics. So, shout out to all the people who recognize that and understand that in this day and age. Um, I don't know if you guys can hear me, but if y'all can't, if I'm sounding a little choppy, because the last time I did a build, I was a little choppy. If you can hear me, press one. If I sound a little choppy, please press two, because I need to get this right before tomorrow. I see the ones. Um, please understand this, okay? As far as the information, some of us got some of this wrong, and it's just where you at with this information and how far you're doing research. Okay, ain't no white people come here, ain't no Slavic people come here and take over your land until after 1865. Um, we had trade routes throughout the Americas from Canada all the way to Peru, and from Peru all the way through the Yucatan Peninsula, as well as the Caribbean, and throughout what we call North Africa and certain parts of Europe, including like where the British, London, as well as the port of Gaul, Spain, aka Andalusia, um, and where now modern day Morocco is located. Okay, understand this too, right? The people that was in Rome, as well as the people who was in Greek Greece, aka the Minoans. We also traded civilization or traded. Well, actually, my standpoint is this. Okay, America is the first land out of the water. All the other lands were underwater. We was the only people in existence for a long time. Whether you understand that, there was a continent called Mu or Lemuria, but from my understanding, it was called Mu. Mu stand for Ma stand for Mo, and Ma stand for Ma as well. Well, Mu stand for Ma as well. Okay. A lot of people laughed and joked when I put a lot of that information out there. They could not make the connection. They did not understand. They're still talking about what their grandmother told them. This shit is a lot bigger than just the observation of your grandmother passing on your culture or passing on your, I'm gonna say, who you was prior to colonization. And colonization came after 1960. Colonization did not come before then. Okay, the grandmother may have passed it on to you so you can do the research. Now you're the one that's holding the torch or the baton, and now you have to go in this day and age where we had the sophisticated technology to do research with the touch of a finger, as well as observation and analyzing and researching as well. Our grandparents and some of our ancestors did not have access to the internet at the time when they was in existence, but they always knew exactly who they were, and they was always, they always represented who they are. We're not no Native Americans. We're not. We never wore no war bonnets. Our people wore turbans, feather crowns, etc. And I just want people to understand that ain't no black Europeans come here and take over shit. We held the Amaru down until these people started to run into our neighborhoods dressed up with these fucking KKK outfits on and terrorizing us and making some of us move north with the great migration, as well as stay in the South and be oppressed. The history that they taught you about us being slaves is all nonsense. The word slave come from the word Slav, and that's all the way into the after the Civil War. You know, some people beg to differ. They believe this shit was the 1300s, but they do not have the science of your brother Ahanu Kiel. You understand what I'm saying? And no offense to anyone who try to come and challenge me on that point. A lot of them they lost. You cannot challenge me on that because your understanding of this information is basically, you're at the beginning stage. You know what I'm saying, of this information. I researched, I've sat down and listened to a lot of different people' perspective. I've heard a lot of information. I've heard the great Hakeem Bey, all the way into Clive Winters. Um, it goes on, man. The Curry Davises, the Johnny Aborigines, the Thousand Go Heads. Who else we had out there? We had a lot of brothers, and if I'm forgetting your name right now, you definitely know I know who you are. But I've sat down and did all of the research. I became a student of the game. I listened to all of these brothers, and I don't know. A lot of people are turned off by Moors, but I tell you this much, right? Taj Tariq Bey is 75 years old. Okay, well I think he's 76. Okay, he do a bill on House of Reawakening Minds every 2 weeks. I suggest people who listen to information, please check that brother out, man. He's been doing this for probably the last 2.5 years, and every 2 weeks he drop a heavyweight jam. I listen to this brother. I don't really even listen to too many Aborigines. I tune into my brother AP, maybe Chief. Um, but as far as some of these other brothers out here, they're not they're not like pushing a lot of this information that I really want to listen to. Um, but definitely check that brother out. He definitely shout out the Aborigines. Was it not? You can get past him saying he's a Moor, but he definitely put a lot of information out there pertaining to this continent and pertaining to your history. So, that's where I came from in this point in time. And like I said, we're going to do a nice pay-per-view tomorrow. It's going to be something that's very informative. It's going to be something very educational. And also understand this is your motherfucking history. Along with okay, genealogy is going to tell you that you may be a Cherokee or one of these other so-called Aboriginal names, right? But it's not going to give you your fucking science and your culture and what the fuck you was doing prior to these people brainwashing you with the um, general education system that was made by Frederick T. Gates and the Rockefellers that basically put us to fucking sleep. You know what I'm saying? Well, prior to that, we had a great civilization full of technology, full of the technology that thrives the universe and thrives the world now. China would not be what it was if it wasn't for the technology of the American Aborigines. Germany would not be what it was if it was not for the science and the technology of the Aborigines. None of them European continents will be what they was if it wasn't for the science of the Aborigines technology. None of these countries, India, none of these countries. We are the motherfucking gods, man. And I'm like, I'm at the point in time right now where, you know, other people They frown upon this information. They tell you to stick to, oh, just do your genealogy. Okay, your genealogy. You saying you Cherokee? You're gonna go back to these primitive Cherokees, and they're going to act like they are teaching you something, which they're not. Your science is the science that run this motherfucking world. And I'm sorry if people do not understand that because you're going learning from them, which they're teaching the primitive shit, and then you're thinking that you was these primitive people. And some of these motherfuckers who boneheads and brain deads and these 85ers, these slave of a mental death people out here, they're telling you that people came here and built structures and built reservoirs and irrigation systems and aqueducts. Let me run down some things to you of what we was doing, okay? And some of these things I'm not going to tell you exactly what I'm going to be doing, but you will see tomorrow, okay? Let me run down some shit to you, all right? This is pre-contact, okay? Number one, we created the number fucking zero. You cannot go past nine without zero. Understand that. There is no 10 without zero. There's no 20 without zero. There's no 30 without zero. There's no 40, 50, all the way to 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, a million, 10 million, etc. without the number zero. Okay? Architects, okay? We wasn't architecting or building no goddamn TPs. I keep telling people the first pyramids and these so-called Atlantean structures that we taught people or we taught our brothers and sisters when we went over to these places across the land as far as China and the Pacific Islands, all of these places. The American Aborigines are responsible for this. Now, if you want to go ahead and say, oh, well, we Indians and we Cherokees and all that, and then you want to join these tribes, and these tribes are lying to you, telling, and you following their motherfucking culture, then guess what? You are fucking lost. Okay? Hydraulics. Now, how some primitive people got the science to basically come up with the technology of hydraulics? The first American cities, antibiotics, basketball, astronomical observatories, calendars, urban planning, apartment complexes, almanacs, barbershops, plastic surgery, pyramids, shipping canals, aqueducts, bridges, electricity, metallurgy, money, carpentry, road systems, tax systems, musical instruments, mummies, mathematical systems. And with that, I'm going to stop there. Okay? It's just some of the science that your people have. But you looking at these primitive motherfucking Native Americans, all of the people who grandmothers and ancestors told them that they was American Indians, you never seen them wear the regalia of American Indian. You never see them practice that so-called culture of American Indian. So we are something totally fucking different. That these people used us for our science and our technology and our fucking man, you everything. Okay? And a lot of people got this shit confused. They got it fucking confused, man. And tomorrow, as well as the rest of the series we're gonna be doing to pretty much go into this, it's gonna show and prove the science of the American gods, aka the Aborigines, aka the Tonchons, aka, if you will, Black Indians, etc. But we are not them primitive people that be at these fucking powwows dancing and shaking like they having seizures. We are not them. We are not them. To go with your genealogy, you need to understand what your people was doing and what your real history and what your real culture is. Like I said, astronomy, cosmology, geometry, civics. I showed in a series that I did that was also called American Gods. I showed you the Mayan calendar. The Mayans are us. Florida went all the way into the Yucatan Peninsula and all the way into fucking Texas, okay? So that science of the people, they're not these mosquito people. We are not no mongoloids. Our people exactly who they are. Maybe we might have some European in some of our families. Outside of that, we are not these Mongols. We are not these fucking mestizos. And no disrespect to none of them brothers and sisters, but we have to be able to self-identify who the fuck we are. I did a bill, or I came in on Top Cat channel maybe about 2 weeks ago, and Cormeo came up there, and he asked me, and he basically said what his problem was with me. The fact that he think that I'm racist or I'm hateful because these other people, which is the mestizos and these mongoloids, are claiming that they was here, and the only reason that we're Indians is because we went through one of them. I had to beg a different on him like always. And he didn't have too much to say until I went off the air. Then he felt like he wanted to run his mouth, but when I came back, he was gone. So I'm about my people. I'm not here to. I'm not into integrate. I'm not here to bring in no people and feel sorry. Well, them humans too. Okay, great. But right now we're trying to figure out who the fuck we are. So if some people feelings get hurt in that process, I cannot fucking help you. I'm sorry. Because these same people, let's think of it like this, right? These Europeans out here, they don't mind telling you that you was a fucking slave. They don't mind telling you the horrific stories of what people lived like when they were so-called slaves. The cutting babies out of stomachs, lynching niggas, the fucking tying horses to one person, to one leg, and then another horse to the other leg, and telling the horse to go this way, and splitting the individual in half. They don't mind telling you these horrific stories. But guess what? When you find out that these stories do not apply to you, you was running shit here all the way up until the 1960s, until they put Martin Luther King, excuse me, aka Michael King, in place, which was the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds. They paid him to have us segregate into these European towns so these Europeans will have dominion over us. So like I said, like I always tell people, man, you have no clue on how far the fucking rabbit hole go. You have no clue. People think, okay, I do my genealogy, that's it. No, okay, that's just the observation, nigga. When are you gonna put your shit on a record and show that these people don't have jurisdiction over you? They only got jurisdiction over you as long as you are a U.S. corporate foreign fiction. That's it. It's way more than fucking you. Okay, you do your genealogy, you find out that you're American Indian, and what? Are you Indians not taxed? Are you still paying for shit that regular United States citizens are paying for? So like I said, man, peace to the gods, peace to the goddesses, peace to the Tanchans, peace to the Aborigines. And tomorrow we're gonna do this pay-per-view. And this pay-per-view is just gonna be another heavyweight jam, like we've been doing here. It's not going. We're not going to be reading articles, believing what these Europeans are saying. We're cross-referencing. We're going to analyze. We're going to decode. We're going to decipher shit. We're not just going to be content with an article that we can find on YouTube, and just because we can read it with their information in it. These people is writing our history, and they are putting down their perception on what the fuck happened here. And people is reading this shit and regurgitating it back to the fucking people, and the people believe that this is real fucking history. It's not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We are the motherfucking gods. We're the motherfucking goddesses, man. And people you need to walk out with, you need to stand, walk tall, walk proud, stick your chest out, or whatever the fuck you may do. But understand, like I just told you, zero, architects, hydraulics, American first cities, antibiotics, basketball, astronomical observatories, calendars, urban planning, apartment complexes. Okay? Apartment complexes, brownstones in Brooklyn. They don't know how old that is. I just took my daughter to Times Square, right? And I was showing her the post office on 34th Street, right across the street from Madison Square Garden. That is the science of the listen, I don't have no problem because I know that Moors are nothing but Aborigines. So I said the science of the Moors, but just not so some people don't comment. We're not Moors. I heard you listen to these $5 black Indians and these so-called $25 Indians who got that same mind state. I have never changed my view. I don't give a fuck if people don't fuck with me. I don't care who don't fuck with me. I know what I know. And I know that word is not something that people should be scared of. That word is consistent with Aborigine, Atlanteans, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Atlanteans. People think I be bugging when I be saying that we the Atlanteans, nigga. The Anunnaki. People be bugging when I be saying this shit. Oh, you bugging, A1. What the fuck is you talking about? Listen, man. We had the science to create. We did genetic experiments here. Maybe not all of us, but some of our ancestors did. We did genetic experiments here. We created people. We created the fucking hybrid people that's running this world today. We created them. Now I know you niggas thought y'all was rubbing sticks together, running at running at the boars, or fucking using these primitive instruments to go fishing. And yo, you have no clue, yo. You have no clue on who you really are. So, like I said, man, shout out to the Aborigines. Shout out to the Tonchans. Shout out to the Indians. Shout out to you primitive Native American thinking motherfuckers. Shout out to all y'all, man. Because at some point in time, you're going to realize exactly who the hell you are. I mean, I seen this shit so much to the point to where it scared me. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, and I tell people this all the time. Lewis Latimer.
Here's an answer I translated from goodphrase.net.
Shut up.
When you're on a public platform,
I'm sorry,
you have to learn to endure that some people disagree or even just nonsense.
You hear that?
If you can't do that, you should stay away from public platforms. Did that answer your question?
Wow. Did you just hear?
I don't know that.
Alexa, stop. Did you just hear Alexa come in and say that?
Instances, I gotta block it every time you share it. So we got people that want to just promote.
I'm sorry, y'all. Hold up 1 second. What the fuck is going on?
Channel.
What the fuck is going on? Hold up.
But still, I'll just ask to please get it off. But let me see. There's so many.
I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know what the fuck just happened there. Okay? I'm so sorry, y'all. I am actually speaking through my Alexa speaker, and you just heard, I don't know if y'all heard her intervene, but some funny shit, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Like I said, man, we're going to do a build tomorrow, man. I've been busy. I haven't really had the time to really, or really the mental capacity to put together a lot, to put together a bill because I've been too occupied with business and a lot of other things that I'm trying to bring forth. So, sorry people that I haven't been around, but I'm always with y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? And like, if I'm not out there pushing the information, I definitely appreciate other people who do push the information and just to even bring the knowledge to your people that your people was already here. We are not no Africans mixed with Indians. I don't meet, and listen, quote me on this. I don't believe no Africans came here because ain't no Europeans have no power to bring any Africans here. Europeans were Slavs all the way up until the Civil fucking War, aka slaves. They was not running nothing. Not Europe, not America, nothing. They did not have no power to go and snatch Africans and bring Africans over to a land that they never been at and teach them a sophisticated farming system, which Benjamin Banneker created the Farmer Almanac for them, not for us. We all knew astronomy. We all knew cosmology. We all knew the seasonal change. That's the science of the Atanchan. So understand that, man. So, like I said, if you like, we doing a pay per view tomorrow. I got my Cash App information up there. If you guys would like to, join, the tickets are or the entry is $20. Come in, and definitely, like I said, man, we're gonna be doing something nice, man, for the people. Like, I don't have the energy really to do bills like I was doing them before. Shout out to everybody who doing bills out here. Shout out to everybody who's reawakening their people and passing this information on. Because everybody, what they say, each one teach one. So, I may not be doing it as often as I was doing it before. But shout out to everybody who's putting this information down. Whether whether I agree or I disagree with you, just know this. I have no hatred for you. I have nothing but love for anybody out here that's passing, that's taking the time out of their busy day, whether they got children, whether they working on these motherfucking plantations, trying to provide resources for their family or resources for themselves or whatever. I definitely tip my hat to anybody who's pushing this information. I have no enemies as far as any people may consider me to be their enemy, but I don't look at it like that. You know, ain't nobody ever done nothing to my children. Ain't nobody ever done nothing physically to harm or hurt me. You know, what they say, sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me. So, I can look past that. I'm 46 years old and I've seen a lot in my time. You understand? I've seen a lot in my time. I've seen brothers fight brothers. I've seen cousins fight cousins. I've seen aunts fight aunts. And a lot of times, a lot of this shit is worthless and it's senseless. And it's just some egotistical nonsense. Conquer that lower self, conquer that power, that survival, that sexuality, and tap more into the love, the communication, the intuitiveness, and the spirituality. Conquer that lower self. And like I said, anybody out there who I've ever had issues to, you guys got my email. It's chiefatanchon at AOL.com. And like I said, man, if you come at me correctly, any differences that we ever had, I will be willing to look past it. I may not agree with all of your information, but at the end of the day, I definitely have to respect you for taking your time out, pushing the information that you're pushing to wake your people up. So I'm gonna reinvent this one more time. Say this one more time. Our people are not no Native Americans. We're not no mestizos. We're not no Mongols. A lot of these black tribes out here, they are doing nothing but regurgitating and mimicking what they see these Native Americans doing. That is not our motherfucking science, man. I'm gonna tell you again. I'm gonna give you a snippet of, like I said, the sciences that we had, man. Tax systems. What primitive people have a system of taxing? Road systems. They said one of the road systems that we had went out 100 miles. All of these highways and roads that you see going through the Americas was our road systems, and these people just came and took them over, put tolls on some of them, and paved them and claimed them for their own. Okay, carpentry, niggers and Negroes, money, metallurgy, electricity, bridges, aqueducts, shipping canals, pyramids, plastic surgery. What primitive people do you know got the science of plastic surgery? Barbershops. What primitive people have would groom themselves or have a place to where you can come and groom yourself and get a haircut? You understand? Almanacs, apartment complexes, urban planning. It has so many different, like, in urban planning, man. When the brother run through urban planning tomorrow and give you guys like some of the understanding, like, I mean, like I said, a lot of stuff we done, but we just want to we just reinforcing it with more information and more visual and more bioptically um images to where people can understand this. Because I don't think when we went through what we went through, people understood exactly what we was talking about. Um Calendars. And like I told you, in just the Mayan calendar, okay? The Mayan calendar is the calendar, and it's not the Mayans that you think. It's not these little mongoloids or these mestizos. No, it's the Negroes. It's them. It's us with this highly advanced mathematics, man. Now, like I said, I've been through three of these European institutions or learning institutions. I've took calculus. I've took business math. I've took algebra, basic algebra as well as college algebra. I've took statistics, and when I was looking through the Mayan calendar and the sophisticated mathematics that's in there, where they're factoring like algebra and they're using all of these mathematical expressions to break this shit down, I was like, whoa, this is something different right here. And don't know primitive people have this science the way that they got the science, they got the mental capacity to put together a calendar that is this highly fucking advanced, man. Astronomical observatories. We're gonna go over that. Basketball, nah, just a sport, but it's something that these Europeans are monetizing. They are basically getting money from something that we created, that we did just for fucking fun. Just like rap music. Niggas was banging on tables, hitting beats with their mouth, and the niggas just go through and just start hitting the flow, and these niggas found the way to profiteer off this shit. Antibiotics, nigga. Antibiotics. What primitive people have the science to create an antibacteria curing method? Hydraulics, as you know, architects. And not the architects of putting two sticks together and putting cowhide over it. The architects that creating sits in Itza, the Grand Pyramid that you see. and these other pyramids and some of the other pyramids that you have never seen because the canopy grew over it, and these people do not even want to go into them jungles to find that shit. And like I said, yours truly, the number 0. You don't have 10 if you don't have a 0. You don't have 20 if you don't have a 0. You don't have 30 if you don't have a 0. You don't have 100 if you don't have a 0. And so on and so on and so on. Move the decimal point to the left and keep going. Okay? And like I said, man, shout out to everybody, that's doing what they do. Everybody is in their stage of learning. Um, I'm always I always tip my hat, and I always have love and respect for anybody out there that's doing what they do. Like I said, if individuals have issues with me, that's something that they chose to have because they don't agree with my information, because their information is not on the level that I've been on. And I'm not trying to never put myself on no pedestal. I'm the same, I'm one of y'all. But at the end of the day, some people got different information. Some people have really invested time and listened to individuals that a lot of people told you to stay the fuck away from, that you ain't never going to listen to none of this shit. You're never going to get privy to none of this shit because people have scared you from hanging or dealing with certain individuals and telling you that certain individuals came from fucking Europe when Europe was part of the Algonquin or the Andalusian Empire, which Montezuma was the motherfucking chief, or the Mama Namatak. It's a new word for y'all. Look it up. Mama Namatak, which is the chiefs of chiefs, motherfucker. Okay? These sophisticated trade lines and systems that we had that went throughout the Americas and overseas where we had other colonies set up. But this is not what these Native Americans tell us. This is not what anybody grandmother knew. This is not what none of these Native Americans told us. They don't know nothing about this. So people can't understand it or can't gravitate towards it. But guess what? You got these motherfuckers out here that's writing about this shit. And people just not taking the time or doing their due diligence to find this information out. So with that being said, pay-per-view tomorrow, 7:30 Eastern time, $20 admission. My Cash App information is up there, as well as it's also in the what's the name information on the YouTube channel. Um, I'm gonna email you the link. You come in, and like I said, man, definitely learn your history. Learn that you are not no primitive hunter gatherers, TP, wampum, dirty motherfuckers. We was dealing with a lot of sophisticated science here, and all of the science that you use today: running water, bath, dentistry, fucking brain surgery, man. I mean, it goes on and on and on, man. So shout out to everybody in the chat room, man. If you can't join, we definitely gonna put it out there maybe a week or two after we do the pay-per-view. And shout out to everybody who have sent in the Cash App payment for the pay-per-view tomorrow, man. Peace to all the gods, peace to all the goddesses, peace to all the Aborigines, peace to all the Tonchans, peace to all the Nino Indio, aka the Indians as well. Peace, love you guys. See you guys tomorrow. For those that are going to come in and join the pay-per-view, man, and for everybody else or any other individuals, man. If people out there, man, if we a lot of people out here that I fuck with, whether I've ever seen y'all or I've ever had, never had dinner with you or maybe a drink, but just coming in and just building and just showing love. I consider a lot of y'all people to be my family. And for a lot of us that got differences out there, man, open your heart up, man, and try to make amends to the individuals that you do have a difference with, and realize that we all the same, man. We all we got. We are all we got. Was it we clicked up with other individuals, man? Let's get past our ego and let's try to make amends to the individuals, man, who we do have problems with. And like I said, me myself, I don't have no problems with too many people because the way I move, you know, and anybody who I may have had problems with, some people you just ain't gonna be able to really make an amendment to, but just try to deal with love because we are all we got at this point in time, and we definitely need to be unified when we're trying to put this information out there and we're trying to regather our history and our culture and our fucking our mental, what I'm saying, or our sanity for if you will. You know what I'm saying? So, man, just, definitely, man, I always come to the brothers and sisters with peace, whether or not you may see that I may get fired up. I am a fire sign, so I have fire in me. But at the end of the day, I also have love in me. And I try not to deal with the hate, even if the hate is presented to me. But at the end of the day, man, shout out to everybody, man. Love you guys, man. You guys stay, you know what I'm saying? Take care of yourself, man. And like I said, it's your brother, Ahanu Kiel, aka A1, aka Tantalus One. Peace to gods, peace to goddesses. And like I said, we're gonna do this tomorrow, man. So with that being said, man, peace. Oh, you said, hold up, real quick. I see Craig Lloyd. You said, what time tomorrow you sending the link? I'm sending it at 7 o'clock. So please be looking at 7 o'clock. Um, please be looking at it. Please be looking at your email around 7 o'clock. And like I said, even damn, you guys ain't gonna be. I'll probably come on and make an announcement on my channel to let you know that I sent all the emails out. If anything, just email me back. I will have my emails open. I promise this is not going to be no niggerish shit. I do have an MBA, so I am good with business. I do got two businesses, so I'm not going. This is not going to be on the nigger shit right here. I will have my email open. You guys got my email. My email is. Let me put it on the screen for anybody. Hold on. Let me take this off real quick. Give me 1 second. Um, hold up. Do I got it up there? Let me see. I think I got it up there. All right, give me 1 second. We'll put it up there. That's my email right there. So anybody who have paid, please write down my email and just have it just in case, so you can email me whether if just in case, like, because listen, you know how sensitive emails are. So just in case you didn't get the email or whatever, maybe I might miss the word or miss, like, oh, and not, like I said, I'm doing this shit correctly, so I'm putting 150% in, so I'm not trying to make no mistakes. But just in the case that a mistake may happen and you may not get the email, please email me at chiefattanchan@aol.com. I know everybody who cashed at me. I got everybody cash app right here. And trust and believe, if anything happened to where, motherfucker break a leg or something happen, I will refund you your money. As far as, like, because I had got because AP actually had pushed back the pay per view, and a few people did email me, and I refunded them their money right then and there. And I don't know whether or not I sent them a message, or maybe I might have sent them a message. I think I may have sent them an email, and I told them, look, it's going to be next week, but I'm just going to refund you your money, and you can just send it back closer to the week, or closer to the pay per view time. Okay. So, like I said, my email right there. I will have my email open just in case if I miss anybody. And I definitely do not want to miss nobody because I definitely want you to get your money's worth. And I definitely want you. It ain't even about the money, really. It's just about, like, shit took me a lot of time, man. I got so many different projects going on right now. And, like, to put together research, it takes a lot, man. It takes a fucking lot. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. It takes a lot. It takes a lot to put together a lot of research, man. And it's like, when you got so many things going on, just like I said, in business, this period or whatever, it's really tough to do a lot of bills the way I used to do bills. I like to give people nice, lengthy quantity, information. When I do a bill, I do a 3 to 4 hour joint just on the shrimp. You know what I'm saying? But right now, I really haven't had the time. But I did put the time in to do this. And like I said, this is going to be, it's going to be definitely an informative bill. And we're going to put a lot of information. And like I said, I will come, I will bring myself like I always do. And I will still always have that same fire like I always have, man. So you got my email. I will put in the description also in the YouTube description or whatever. My email is out there, so I'm not hard to reach, man. Um, and also, just in case, like, right, if you email me and you feel as though like the email is too lengthy, put your phone number in. I'll call you direct. Whoever paid or whoever emailed me and they telling me that they having problems with opening the link, put your number in. I will call you directly. That's my word. I will call you directly. And anybody know who I ever had any communication with, most of the people I tell I don't really like the email. I call them directly. You know what I'm saying? Like, the emails you can only put but so much in the email. Like I ain't got time to sit there and write 5 or 6 fucking paragraphs, man. So a lot of times people put their number in there if you feel comfortable. I'm not giving nobody number, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even on that type of time like that. I'm not trying to flirt with none of the women. I'm not trying to just, keep your number and text you or none of that goofy shit. I'm not even about that type of shit. Okay? So, like I said, my email is right there. So, just in case tomorrow, if any individual haven't received the link, put your number in. In any case you haven't received the link, please email me and put your number in, and I will call you directly and I will help you open the link or whatever we need to do for you to get your money's worth and for you to get part of to get onto this pay per view. So with that being said, like I said, it's your brother Hano Kiel, aka A1, aka Tanchas One. Shout out to all the guys, shout out to all the Aborigines, shout out to all the Tanchans, shout out to all the Aborigines, shout out to all the American Indians, if you will. Shout out to all the Native Americans, if you will. Peace to the gods, peace to the goddesses. I'm out. Peace.